is up, everybody? I'm Elliott Delp, and today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should buy a suppressor and whether or not it's right for you. Okay. I recently went through the whole suppressor buying process, from choosing it to purchasing it to filling out the ATF paperwork to finally getting it, shooting it, mounting it to different firearms and how different firearms behave with suppressors or silencers. I'll probably use that word interchangeably a lot. So I'm hoping to give you just a better overall understanding of the whole process and the whole experience I've had with it so far. Alright, so to begin with, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the process of buying it. Then after we go over that, I'll tell you a little bit about how this suppressor performs, and then my overall opinions on it in general, just because I think it's different for everybody. I think there's a different use for a lot of people and reasons why they buy suppressors, and I'm going to give my opinions on all of them, so stick around for all that. But first, let me explain the buying process. So pretty much the big misconception out there is suppressors are illegal. That's totally not true. They are very regulated. They're just as regulated as machine guns and short-barreled rifles, with a little bit more freedom. If you want to travel with a suppressor, a lot of states don't make you require to submit paperwork to travel with it, whereas if you were doing an SBR or a machine gun, you would actually have to submit paperwork saying you're going here and then coming back, and a whole list of stuff. But generally they're the same in terms of paperwork. You go and you fill out pretty much basically what you do to buy a gun, but you also have to submit fingerprints and a $200 tax stamp. That gets sent off. You wait like 8 months, and then you go and you pick up your suppressor. Okay, wait times vary a lot on whether or not on like your approval. Sometimes they're really quick. Like if you do a Form 1, I know they can be quicker than if you do a Form 4. The logistics behind all of that is I wouldn't say it's very complicated. I went with Form 4 because I didn't want to build my own suppressor. Form 1's where you build it and you send it off yourself. Form 4 is where you buy it and you get your dealer to send it off. So I did Form 4. I bought a suppressor that was locally made, which is kind of dumb on my part because there's no branding, or I can't really do a review on it, but I'll get into that a little bit more later. But the whole process is fairly simple. So you fill out your Form 4, you send it off, and you wait. You get your suppressor, and that's pretty much it. There's some minor things like trusts and whether or not you want to file, or if you want to file the trust, and like I could do a whole video on that, but that's a minute detail, and your dealer will definitely help you with all that. You don't have to worry about that until you get there, so no worries there. So overall, the process is not as bad as a lot of people claim it to be. A lot of people will talk about how there's just too much involved, and like it's too much, they don't want to deal with it. Not true. Okay, it's not true. It's very simple. I did it in an afternoon. Didn't take very long. You can just walk into a dealer and buy a suppressor. That's it. All right. So that's the first thing I want to say. It's very simple to do, and the process is really, really easy. Okay. Second thing is my experience with the suppressor after I've gotten it. The suppressor, I got a 30 cal suppressor. This is from T&J Tactical. They're kind of local, not really. You won't find any advertising from them. No Instagram, no YouTube, and that's how they like it. But the reason I went with them is because I know the people there, and they are fairly local to me. I wouldn't say they're local, but they're close enough to where if something happens to this suppressor, if I break it, shoot it, whatnot, I don't have to send it off somewhere like Silencer Co. or Dead Air or some of the other larger brands. That's why I kind of went with the local one, and that's what I think people that aren't doing social media should do. I think that going to a local suppressor manufacturer, if you have one or can find one, is a great option because of like what I mentioned before. You can take it there, have it serviced, have it worked on, whatever may happen to your suppressor. You don't have to get it sent off per se to some other state or whatnot. But if you're a YouTuber and you're looking to do a review on things and you're a reviewing YouTuber, bad idea. Take it from me. Okay? So with that being said, I want to show you guys how it performs. So I have a little 300 blackout here, and I have Subsonic and normal ammunition. This is a Palmetto State Armory 300 blackout. I haven't done a review on the channel. I've got primary arms, red dot, and a magnifier on top of it. And I've got some cheap, I think it's Tula ammunition, and cheap, well, not cheap, cheap Tula and Callaway Ballistics Subsonic ammo. So first I want to shoot I'm going to put this right here in the bog. I want to shoot loud stuff with it. I'm going to shoot the Tula. This is not Subsonic, just normal FMJ stuff. And I know the camera will kind of like equalize, but you'll get a good idea of the difference in the sound, even through the camera, of how a suppressor performs. So here I'm just gonna do one. It was pretty loud. It was definitely something to wake you up in the morning. Here, we're going to thread this on. This is a 9.5-inch suppressor, I do believe. Pretty big in terms of suppressors. This is kind of like a one size does all. If you want to put it on a long rifle, it dampers the sound the most here. So we're going to shoot this. And that was still, I would say it's like on par with a loud 22 long rifle, with the 300 blackout. We'll shoot it again here, and that is that. I don't know how well the video picked it up or how well you noticed it, but a suppressor will change your gas, how the gas functions throughout your firearm. If it's like an AR-15 or some kind of gas powered or firearm. So keep that in mind. That's one of the things that I was aware of, but I didn't realize how much it does overgas things. I have a 22 or a 223, the Stag Arms 223. You shoot that thing suppressed, it sends them bullets. So having adjustable gas block's nice. Alright, so let's take this off again. And we are going to shoot some subs out of it, which is pretty cool. These subs are from Callaway Ballistics, and Callaway Ballistics is a little ammunition company out of Alabama. Real cool people. They make really good quality reload ammunition, so I'm a big fan of them, and you should go check them out. So here we're going to shoot one of the subs out of it. We're going to shoot it into the... Alright, see? You shouldn't be shooting subs anyway without a suppressor, or without it being properly gassed. But it wasn't that loud. It was definitely louder than just shooting it normally, or shooting it suppressed. But now we're going to shoot it suppressed, and you'll see the difference on how a Subsonic 300 blackout goes through a suppressor. So here we go. It does take a little while to thread on, and there's a bunch of different suppressors and mounting types. Some of them direct thread, some of them QD. There's a million of them, so that's something you just got to work out at your dealer. But here's some Subsonic stuff. Nothing. That's incredible. Oh, it didn't cycle. And here's some gas issues that I mentioned. So obviously there's still a little tuning I have to do on this 300 blackout. I'll probably get an adjustable gas block for it. This is just the normal gas block. And to be completely honest with you, that's the first time I've ran subs through this one. So there is some functioning testing that needs to be done on it. But you heard the difference, or the lack thereof. I mean, it's super, super quiet. So, pretty cool stuff. I think it makes a valuable impact. If you were to do some hunting with it, or if you were to do some, I I don't know. Long range shooting, it definitely makes it more tolerable. If you're just doing some quick plinking, I would say it's pretty much hearing safe. If I was to only do 1 or 2 shots, I wouldn't wear ear protection. It's not like a recommendation for any of y'all. It's just me personally. I wouldn't wear ear protection, but it's a case-by-case basis on how sensitive your ears are. But it does make a dramatic impact. Like I said, it turns that supersonic round that's like really loud. It takes away kind of that crack. That's funny. It breaks it down and it makes it sound just like a really loud 22. So I think it's very, very useful. I think it's maybe not for everybody. So I really think that if you're really passionate about hunting or firearms and you're doing a whole lot of shooting, a suppressor is a very good investment. If you are just the casual shooter, the casual hunter, I don't know if it's right. They're pretty expensive. You have to go through a lot of paperwork. Now granted, it's easy paperwork, but you have to be registered through the ATF. You get fingerprinted and everything. So it's a lot to deal with. And maybe it's not for everybody because of that reason. I know a lot of people don't believe in paying for the tax stamp. I mean, I agree 100% that it's an infringement on your rights to have to buy something back from the government. I get it. It's a personal decision, and I think personally that it's worth it. I think it's a good investment if you do a lot of shooting, if you do a lot of hunting, and they work well. That was one of the things I was kind of scared about going into it, is it wouldn't work that well. It wouldn't perform like I thought it was going to. And in movies and stuff, you hear that little like toot toot. Obviously it's not that, but it does ramp down the volume of your shots a lot. So I think that's going to pretty much conclude the video. That's like a kind of very broad stroke on suppressors and how they work and how you can expect to go about buying them and everything. I know I didn't get into the very grainy fine details of stuff like mounting systems and lengths of suppressors and suppressor build quality and materials like titanium versus steel. I didn't get into all that. This is kind of for everybody. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It would mean a ton to me. And if you want to know more about suppressors, comment down below. Let me know what you would like to know. Also, follow my Instagram. There I post deals all the time on all kinds of stuff, whether ARs to bolt carrier groups to normal stuff like clothes and headphones. I post all kinds of deals on my Instagram, so go check me out. Also, big shout out to LA Police Gear. They're a super big sponsor, or not sponsor, but a supporter of the channel. We got some crazy stuff coming from them, so stay tuned on the YouTube for that. If you want to pick up something there, use code Delp. Gets you 12% off everything, whether that be from optics to clothes to riot shields. 12% off everything, so pretty cool stuff. Also, check out Callaway Ballistics. They are, like I'd mentioned, a really big supporter of the channel as well, and they make some really good ammunition, so go check them out. I think that about does it, guys. I appreciate everybody for watching. As always, take someone outdoors. Peace.